What's going on YouTube? WestHobbiesRC. So today we are back with another SAB RAW 580. But this RAW 580 is slightly different. So this RAW 580 was sent to me by Toby. So Toby, thank you for allowing me to build your helicopter. And he wanted to do something a little different. He wanted to put a H1 flybarless GPS controller with our GPS mount. So now we built the helicopter. Everything is the same as every other RAW 580. The FlyWing 120, the X-Nova 4025 1120 kV motor, torque 1208s on cyclic, and 0704T on tail, just like every other 580 build. The only exception is that we are running the FlyWing H1 flybarless unit. We have an FrSky IA6B receiver, S-bus to the H1, and we have the long antenna GPS unit. That's very important. If you guys are doing this, this is a completely new thing for me, and I have learned a lot throughout this build, but you want the long antenna or the long wire GPS unit because you want to get it at an X amount of distance away from a tail servo or any electrical part. So the short brought it to here on the short wire, so we got the long and brought it to here. I ended up redesigning and 3D printing a mount for the GPS unit just because the one it came with was too small to fit over the boom, and the one that I found was too big. So I just modified the file and reprinted that to make it smaller, zip tied and double-sided taped into place so it can't go nowhere. So now for the transmitter, we are using the FrSky FS-I6S radio. I believe that's what this is called. And you can see we have couple different switches: 3D GPS, home, normal, 0, which is circle, figure 8 fly, normal, and inverted auto fly. So this is the transmitter we are running. So let's go ahead, get it powered up. We are also running a 6S Pulse 5500 milliamp battery. So let's get it powered up. Let's get the GoPro and let's see how this thing flies. So now that we powered everything up, let it initialize, waited a few minutes for that little light right there to turn green. That means that it found GPS. So now we're gonna take some steps back and get ready to fly this thing. So we're gonna back up a little bit and we are going to go into 3D mode, which means we have full control of the helicopter. We are going to hold our sticks down and out for a second. That's gonna unlock it. We're gonna flip to run and it'll spool up. And then we're into a hover. Look at that. Now we are in full 3D mode. So now you can fly it like a normal helicopter. Very solid responding on the GPS unit. That throttle mid stick is very weird, something to get used to. But now that we are in GPS, or we are in 3D mode, if we flip the GPS mode, the helicopter is flying itself. So that is a hands-off hover on the helicopter. Now, you can still go forward, let off, it comes back to a hover. Okay, we go left, comes back to a hover. We can bring it down. And then now it is completely hovering on its own. You can set the radio down and it hovers on its own. Don't recommend doing that. So then we can go up a little bit, back to 3D mode. We have full control. Flies just like every other RAW 580. Just very weird to get used to that center stick. Now, why would you want this? Okay, well, the main reason you would want this is for somebody that's not great with helicopters. Do I think it's a useful tool? I think it could be, but I think it could do a lot of bad. I think you could get too reliant on it, but I do like that you have full manual mode. Now, we can supposedly flip it into circle mode. So if we go back to GPS mode, and we flip it into circle mode, it'll start doing a circle. It's like a pirouetting circle. Now I have it far away just because, you know, I don't know this system. And then if we flip it out of circle mode, it'll lock back. And then if we flip it into 8 mode, it's gonna do a slow pirouette. Now at any point in time, you could still have control of the helicopter. Okay, so now we are in full GPS mode still, so it's going to self-hover. We can bring it down. Okay, so we're gonna bring it down. And again, we are still in full GPS mode. That is crazy. That thing is incredibly solid. I mean, it's insane. Here, let's see if we can get a good thumbnail. Don't recommend doing this. Okay, so look at that, we just took a thumbnail. Not sure if we'll use it, but we took it. So now again, in GPS mode, you can still fly it. But it's basically gonna try to auto level. And we're at a low head speed now. You don't have flight mode controls, so you can't set different head speed RPMs, governor mode, any of that stuff. You don't have any of that. But we can flip it out of GPS mode. And then we have a regular flying helicopter. I think it's pretty cool. Honestly, my first time ever playing with one. Will I replace my icons or my V control? No, but do I think for somebody that doesn't have any experience with the model helicopter, will it get them into the hobby? I definitely think it could, especially because you could put it on any size helicopter that you like. And then if you ever get into trouble, you get nervous, right back into GPS mode, and the helicopter will hover itself. But again, you can still fly it in GPS mode. We can still go around. Now there is an auto invert mode. I haven't tried it, but there is an auto invert mode. There is GPS mode again. It's just flying, helicopter's hovering itself. All right, so let's go up and 3D mode. And now when you are in 3D mode, all your controls are identical to a normal helicopter. So even when you're inverted, everything is still backwards. That is a cool system. Now we're not gonna do crazy flying. Just testing this new system out, new to me system. I know it's been out for a while, but I think it's cool. Something new to play with. Toby, I hope you get a lot of great flights on this model. And we ran out of power. So what happened? Basically, we flew down to low voltage. We lost power and had a bad landing. It tipped over. So damage report. The only damage to the helicopter is it broke the servo horns, knocked all the linkages off. So we'll replace all the servo horns, not a big deal. It did break the main blades, which does suck, but we got another set. So we'll get those tossed on there. And it broke the zip tie off for the GPS unit. So luckily that was the only damage. So Toby, you already know I'll get you fixed up. Sorry for that, but we'll get it fixed up and flying again. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Take care and have a great day.